Hi, I'm Andy N0APX, host of the World Radio League show on the World Radio League and Ham Radio Prep YouTube channels. We go live every Monday at 2 p.m. Central Time, that's 3 p.m. Eastern, to talk about all sorts of things related to amateur radio, space exploration. We have an amazing time every week. We love interacting with the viewers and listeners, so if you have a question, feel free to throw it in the chat. More than likely, you'll get an answer by the end of the show. It's a lot of fun, so join us Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's 2 p.m. Central Time for the fastest 2 hours in ham radio. We'll see you there. All of y'all fantastic people, music lovers, tech enthusiasts, and ham radio operators all across the fertile plain and beyond. Hope every one of you is having a fantastic Monday. It is amazing here in southwestern Missouri today. We have temperatures in the low 70s and sunny. Finally quit raining. It's beautiful today. I am all gung-ho about today's show because we have so much stuff to talk to you about. I'm going to lose half the audience right off the top because I'm going to tell you right now, Catalina's on vacation today. She should be back next week. She's on vacation today, probably watching the World Cup. James is here with me. We'll bring him on in just a second. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun anyway, even though Catalina's not here. We'll miss her, but we'll have a great show. Anyway, and hopefully welcome her back next week. We have so much to talk about. First off, thank you, every one of you. I'm bringing James in now. James, thank you all of you for a fantastic 1 year of the World Radio League show. Thank you so much. This is our 53rd episode of the World Radio League show. We started calling it the World Radio League show around episode 30 or something like that. I can't remember for sure, but 53 episodes, James. It's been absolutely incredible.
Well, hey, since I'm the only one here with the microphone, I'll say on behalf of everybody, thank you, Andy, for 52 weeks of just ham radio goodness and for just doing an awesome job making ham radio fun, keeping us all engaged, keeping us all updated, and I enjoy doing this show with you. I love being.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun. James, he didn't know about this at the beginning. I was like, man, we got to do a live stream. James, I don't know. So he let me take it for like the first 20 shows. And then he's like, man, I got to get in on this. So we're glad, James, that you decided to join us because it's just made the show that much better.
Well, hey, I do this just as much for the fun of it as I do for making it a live stream. That's why I always call it a call instead of a live stream, because sometimes I forget that it's not just me and you hanging out talking about ham radio. You're always keeping me updated on everything that's happening. So yeah, I sometimes forget that we're not just hanging out and talking on ham radio, but it's actually a live stream on different platforms.
Absolutely. It's so much fun. I'm so glad that you and Catalina have joined the show and made it so much better than it was, and really appreciate y'all. Yeah, thank you for an amazing year. Thank you to all the well-wishers on Discord and everything since last week. So many of you have been congratulating me on congratulating us on a year of the World Radio League show, and I really, really appreciate it. James, like I said, beautiful day here in Missouri. What's it like in Georgia today?
It's cloudy, but still super hot, as summers in Georgia always are. I think it's about 80 some odd degrees. They're probably 82 degrees or so, and hot, but still nice enough to be outside. Not too hot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we have a new promo video for the show that you just watched. That we also have a new logo. You may have caught, you may not have caught. right there at the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on screen. What do you think of the new World Radio League show logo? I think it turned out pretty good. Yeah, I'm liking this.
I am excited today. I'm also going to share today some really cool station updates I'm working on at the
awesome. We will
I can't wait to get into that today.
Get to that for sure. It's also we've got Georgia. They've got Amateur Radio Week proclamation by Georgia, their governor. So that's really cool. We've got a special event station, not just one station, a bunch of stations for the World Cup. James will tell us all about that here in a little bit. A couple of updates for the Mugs for Map Shares program. We got mail, y'all. We got mail, and we'll be talking about that here in just a little bit. James has some really cool stuff going on at his station. We've got the ham radio prep. Are you smarter than a ham radio prep graduate? Round 3 going on today, and all kinds of other stuff, including some field day updates. Field day is closing in. In fact, in the ad break later, I will be playing our new field day promo. So watch for that. That's we produced a couple of field day promo videos. I'll be playing those later on. So yes, it is a jam-packed show. There'll probably, you know how we are. We'll probably end up on 3 more topics before the show's over. But that's some of what we've got coming up. So James, we got mail. Let's go ahead and just get this out of the way right at the beginning. We definitely got mail from the apparently the Mugs for Map Shares program hit a little bit wrong in a couple of areas. So we are making a couple of updates to the show. We're just glad that we can be here and take the brunt of all of this, of all of these comments instead of y'all. We are here to front this for you. James, why don't you tell us what's going on in the Mugs for Map Shares?
Okay, let me give you guys a rundown here. So for those of you who are new to the show and some of you who maybe aren't as familiar, I do want to give just a quick, what the heck are we talking about with Mugs for Map Shares? Mugs for Map Shares is a awesome program that we run where we take note of all of the awesome activations, POTA hunting, contesting, general logging, FT8, whatever it is, all of the awesome maps that you guys share on social media. And then at the end of the month, we give mugs to those who shared the most maps, who were getting the word out about World Radio League, who are active on there. And it's a fun game so that you guys can get different types of mugs like Q codes and Morse code and our new America 250 mug and all of those things. And we are still running the program. So don't worry, the program is going to continue. Oh, yeah. But as Andy mentioned, I got a message from an administrator of the POTA Parks on the Air group on Facebook. And he watched the show, or he saw some clips of the show, and he said, hey, this violates the terms of our Facebook group. And so we 100% respect that. And the last thing we want to do is be spamming any groups with people that are just sharing maps in order to win prizes.
Yeah. I would like to insert right here that probably the biggest problem came from maps that were not related to the group topic. And so just posted there for the program that weren't necessarily POTA maps. That was probably the biggest thing we saw that was considered an issue, which I totally understand.
Yeah, and exactly. It's totally fair feedback. Like our goal with the program is to spread the word about World Radio League, which is an awesome app. It's completely free to use, and get people active on the air and support you guys as the community with some really cool free mugs. It's just a fun game to get people active on the air and sharing maps. But we don't want to violate any group rules. So be careful if you are sharing it in a private group. This is our ask to you guys. We're not going to count any of those maps towards any incentives or awards if you're sharing in a private group that prohibits it. The one that we know is Parks on the Air POTA group, the POTA/SOTA group on Facebook, I believe. Also,
I think it's SOTA/POTA. Yes,
SOTA/POTA.
They are very receptive to our maps, but they don't really want the program being a part of their group. So post all the Soda POTA maps you want in that
so
group.
if you go out and do a POTA, if you go out and do a POTA activation, a Soda activation, and you post in one of those groups, that is awesome.
Oh yeah.
If it's a genuine experience and you're out having fun, but we're not going to count maps in those groups for the map share program because we don't want to violate. We want to be a good partner. We are huge supporters of the POTA program in general. We've been helping introduce thousands of people to it, and we also want to make sure that we're supporting those groups as well.
Absolutely.
But so that answers the question. Where can you share it? You can share these groups on Discord servers. You can share it in the World Radio League.
Wait, we're counting group. Discord servers?
I think so. I mean, we certainly can. The thing is,
it depends on. We'll need to have a list of Discord servers because Discord servers not being public, like they're almost a little bit of a closed group. So we'll need to procure World Radio League Discord server. Absolutely. We'll see what else we can add after that. But
yeah, definitely. So, the World Radio League Discord. Join us in our Facebook group, the World Radio League users group. We're going to start taking an eye out for that in particular, our own community, the community.worldradioleague.com. These are places where we know we're not going to step on anybody's toes. And of course, just sharing it publicly on your own social is a great place.
You heard it here first. You can now post in the World Radio League Discord server, and those will be counted. I didn't even know that until just now. So that's awesome. We're starting something new today.
And if you want to check out what mugs are available for winning, if you go to shop.hamradioprep.com, there's the phonetic alphabet, there's the Morse code mug, there is the WRL
gotta say, I can't wait to get my hands on the 250 mug.
And this month in particular, the America 250 mug is up for grabs.
Beautiful.
So like I said, we're going to keep the program going, but we are just going to be very careful in specific groups that we don't violate any terms and conditions, and just be careful that if you're posting maps in those groups that you're doing it in a way that's in spirit of ham radio.
And if you are posting them in any public groups, make sure to just fit the category of the group. Don't just be posting random ones in the POTA groups, or there's the POTA uncensored group. I think that one's a public group, and there that one's, if it's public, I can't remember if it's public or private. If it's public, it counts. But just make sure they're POTA maps that you post in that group. Don't leave the group topic behind. So absolutely. So that is our Mugs for Map Shares update. We also got a bit of mail on another topic. That topic being the fact that some people thought that we were lashing out and attacking other logging programs. Now, if you want to use an old and outdated logging program, then feel free to do so. But we were making the point that World Radio League is going to be awesome for field day this year, seeing as how everyone in a single club can log into the same account, log contacts, no networking required. Just wanted to make a clarifying point. If you want to use those old and outdated loggers, feel free to do so. World Radio League does bring that into the 21st century. And we do even have integrations for some of those loggers. So if you can't move to World Radio League, like your club doesn't want to or whatever, then just use our integration app and you can stream contacts through that way. Right, James?
Absolutely. And look, I know, I know Tom from N0APX. He's a legend.
Oh, yeah.
He is a legend in ham radio, and he has blazed the way. But regardless of what logger you're using, it doesn't really matter. We're here to make ham radio better, to get more people active.
Absolutely.
Here, so. And if you want to use one of those loggers, use the WRL integration. You can stream contacts.
Sure.
But I think we'll get into it today. One of the special things about World Radio League, Andy, you'll probably talk more about it, is the syncing across all your devices. It's awesome.
We had a testing session earlier this week, like 3 or 4 of us got on, and all on different devices, and literally most of us in completely different regions, time zones, everything. And I mean, it was just seamless. It was incredible. So we'll definitely talk about that here in just a bit. James, you're really excited about this new antenna you got. There are some station updates or something going on. Tell us about that. What's happening?
Okay, we're just jumping in right into my station updates. I don't know what happened, but okay, so I've been on this topic for a long time. Like right now, my main HF antenna is an in-fed half wave. I've kind of gone back and forth between that and a dipole, where I've actually made my own dipoles and cut them for 20 or 40. And the problem with that is then you have multiple antennas and things. So sometimes an in-fed half wave is just better. So I've been debating a really long time. How can I get a little bit better performance out of my home station? And I finally committed to upgrading the station. I'm not getting a tower. The terrain that I have in my house is really not favorable to a tower. Plus, that's a bigger project than I want to take on. But I do have some inspiration out there for some of you guys who maybe don't have space for a tower, don't have budget for a tower. And so I'll tell you what I'm doing for my tower first, and then I'll let you guys guess what I'm gonna do for the antenna. But I interviewed these guys at one of the ham fests. Great folks. Jim is the owner of this company, and I went ahead and purchased myself a Carlson roof tower. Cool. These are really cool. So I put in the order, it's on the way, and they make a couple different roof towers. So see if I can see the models, the 45 HD, the 610, the 810. So they basically go from 4 feet up to 8 feet tall. My roof is already pretty high, but because my roof is up and my backyard slopes down, it's really hard for me to get a real tower. Plus you have to do the concrete, the whole thing. So the 45 HD, which is the one that I got, this is already 4 feet tall and it's only 39 pounds. So it doesn't add that much weight to the roof. So I'm going with the roof tower, guys.
Awesome.
I'm super, I'm thrilled about this. So this is going to be the start of the station. Now I'll have Andy, what do you think I'm going to do? Or do you already know what I'm going to do for my antenna?
Yeah, I know what you're going to do for your antenna. Absolutely.
All right, let's see. Let's see if chat can guess what.
Yeah, what's he doing? What's he doing for an antenna? What's he putting up there?
Oh, dang! Tim KH2XX. He went with the 815. Woo!
Cool, Zach.
Wow,
Zach nailed it. Zach nailed it just that fast.
Yeah, Zach nailed it. And so, and you can go down a rabbit hole when you're doing the you can go down a rabbit hole on the hex beams, because there's very comparable models. Some of them are based on the same design, but actually kind of cool thing that I think really if you go on their reviews, you can see these photos. This is really cool. There's one photo that's almost exactly, this is what I'm going for. So he got the roof tower, the 45, he painted it black, and then the NA4RR antenna, who the guy's actually, he's based in, I can't remember his name, who does the NA4RR, but he's changed his call sign now. He was NA4RR, now he's something else. He's got a WRL account, but he's based out of PCB and he's shipping it this week. So
very nice.
The reason I went with the hex beam, the NA4RR hex beam, is because I can get basically every band from 20 and up. So it's really cool. 6, 10, 12, 15, 17, 20.
And then you could just put like an infed half wave up for 40 and 80.
So I got my infed half wave for 40. For 80, I mean, my infed half wave will actually do 80.
On 80, yeah, absolutely.
80, but
absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's really fantastic. Looking forward to seeing your updates on that. Maybe when are you installing all this stuff?
It's going to end up being after WRTC, because I know it's going to turn, if I start this, it's going to turn in from 1 weekend project into like we're going to turn into like a 2-week project.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, looking forward to hearing some updates here in a few weeks on that.
I'm super excited. And Zach wants to know what type of rotor I'm using. I went with the Yaesu.
Oh, yeah, it's coming, folks. I can already guarantee we're gonna have rotor control in World Radio League by the time.
I know we're gonna have rotor control. We also need to make it so we can auto cycle through the spots. So when we're auto cycling, imagine it's auto cycling through the spots and it's controlling your rotor.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes,
that is the
absolutely.
stuff.
I can
Right
already guarantee that that James is going to stick rotor control. We're gonna stick rotor control way up there on the roster. We're gonna have it integrating with the command center, with the logger. When when you see a spot on your command center and you click it and you get your beam heading, then his rotor's gonna turn that direction. Oh yeah, it's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so cool. This is awesome.
I'm so excited. I'll tell you, I really debated the tower size too, but the reason I went with the shorter tower was just for ease of working. I mean, it's like I'm gonna get like an 8-foot mast, so I can get the hex beam elevated a little bit. So I think I'm gonna be super happy with this station. I think it's gonna be a big improvement. Absolutely. And by the way, hey, John, N0APX. John's actually from Atlanta Radio Club.
Very cool.
Great guy. Great to see you.
I also saw Tortoise Overland here. Tortoise Overland, good to see you. Good, sir. And who else did I see that I wanted to shout out? There's somebody here I wanted to shout out. So, RC Vinyl here from Eric, KJ4YZI. That's awesome. Eric says, or RC Vinyl says Eric sent him over. So that's awesome. That's really cool. Very incredible. Well, James, I'm really excited about that. I've been considering for a long time, so a different antenna arrangement. I have a 32-foot mast up, but I don't know yet I've got an end-fed half-wave on it, but I want to kind of switch things up a little bit. So we'll see what I end up doing. I don't think it's sturdy enough to, it's not the kind of mast you'd probably want to put a hex beam and rotor on and all that good stuff, but we'll see what I end up doing. I'd like to put something up there a little bit different.
I mean, I'll say the hex beams they're surprisingly lightweight compared to what you would think. And absolutely. What I was surprised to learn while I was doing this research is they actually have less wind load, like the shear, than a Yagi.
I can definitely see that.
Which I would think they seem like they have more surface area, but I guess because they're a little more flexible, they don't quite have.
If you don't want to spend the money on a tower and you want to get something 30-some foot up in the air and you don't want to put it on your roof, your roof isn't 30-some foot in the air probably, but if you want to get something 30-some foot up in the air, I can definitely recommend just a simple mast guide off with like steel cable. It works. It's really cool. So very, very definitely. All right. So
Peter says to budget for a kilowatt amp. Peter, my birthday's in April. If you want to help out. Or we could just go with the Flex Aurora. So,
Christmas is coming up here in a few months.
Christmas is coming up.
Oh man, that's awesome. Okay, so that is very cool. Very excited to hear some updates on that in the future. You're from Georgia. Tell us about Georgia Amateur Radio Week. What's going on with that? Have you heard about that?
I know as much as you do.
Okay. All right. Well, Georgia Amateur Radio Week is a proclamation, I believe, made by the governor here in the last week or so. So Georgia, Hawaii, I believe Washington have all had amateur radio proclamations in the last couple of weeks. So this is really cool. This is really exciting. We just need to get on the Missouri governor and have him give us a proclamation. We need more of this. So that's really, really awesome to hear. But yeah,
that is
all right.
Awesome.
We have James. Are you ready for a game?
I'm ready for a game. Yeah, I'm in.
Let's play a game. We're gonna play. Are you smarter than a ham radio prep graduate? Cue the music while I explain here. Let's see here. Here it is. Here we go. We're going to give you all an explanation of what's going to happen here. I'm going to play this track through. Well, first of all, I'm going to show you the question, read the potential multiple choice answers. I'm going to play the track through 4 times while each of you put your guess in the chat. And after that, we will put all the correct guesses in a drawing and pick one lucky winner to get some stickers in the mail. So this is something fun we started about, 2 episodes ago, since this is the 3rd one. So The way this works is it's a multiple choice answer. You pick A, B, C, or D, and I will give you a modifier symbol like an asterisk or a pound key or a $sign or an ampersand or something, but in front of the letter. So it'll be like $sign A or exclamation point B. Depending on the question. Each of the 3 questions, we got a tech question, general question, and an extra question. Each of the 3 questions gets its own signifying symbol. And we'll start with the technician question now. Later on after the break, we'll do the general question. And then towards the end of the show, we'll do the extra question. So normally I wasn't using my head today. I usually would wait till the second segment of the show to do the first question, but we're going to go ahead and do the tech question now. So I'm going to put it up on screen. Just be sure, and all you need to do for your answer is the signifier and the letter. So we're going to put the first question up here. Did any of that make sense, James?
I mean, I think I pretty much got it. Is this where we enter the comma and then the correct answer?
The comma, or we need to pick a different symbol for each question.
Okay, for each question.
That way we don't get a bunch of the same ones, like answers from the previous question stacked up in the
Gotcha.
Let me go ahead and set up the drawing here. StreamYard drawing tool, giveaway tool. There we go. We'll go ahead and pull that up. I'm going to use this live stream, and we are going to go with James. Give me a symbol. What symbol are we going to use for this question?
Let's do the comma first. That's
a comma again. Okay, awesome. So we're going to do a comma and then the correct letter of the correct answer. Just the letter of the multiple choice answer. So okay, let me get that one in here, and we're going to start collecting. Okay. All right. So your question is, and I'm gonna start. We're gonna play the track through 4 times, and while that's playing, you can get your answer in after the 4th time through. We're gonna stop it and run the drawing. Here's the question. Here we go. What describes the ability to store energy in a magnetic field? A, admittance, B, capacitance, C, resistance, or D, inductance. Now, this is from the Tech 2026 through 2030 tool, but this should have been on both tools, I'm sure. So put your comma in, and then your correct letter for the correct answer. No spaces, just comma, letter. And we're gonna run the drawing, and whoever wins this drawing gets stickers in the mail. Now, we're not going to accept the same winner twice in one show, and if we keep getting the same winners multiple times in a single month, like same person wins 3 weeks in a row, we might have to talk about more rules. But for now, it's just you can't win twice in one show. We'll redraw. Is it 7 times through? Boy, it's a battle right now between 2 specific answers. James, do you know the answer to this question?
I know this.
You can't. Yeah. Okay. All right. Awesome. I'll read the question.
Do you want me to give the answer?
Don't say it. Let me read this question through one more time. What describes the ability to store energy in a magnetic field? A, admittance, B, capacitance, C, resistance, or D, inductance. Comma, and then the letter of the correct answer. No space, nothing else, just comma, and the correct letter. We're on our 3rd run through of the music track here. Since we went ahead and did this in the first segment of the show, we're going to jam pack the second segment with information, and then we'll do a general round in the 3rd segment of the show, extra at the end. All right, one more playthrough of the track, and we will draw it. Like there might be new people in the chat, just saying it doesn't matter caps or no, just the comma and the correct letter of the correct answer. What describes the ability to store energy in a magnetic field? A, admittance, B, capacitance, the resistance, the inductance. We're almost out of time. You got just about, well, you got about closing in on 10 seconds. There we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to draw. While that's drawing, I am going to reveal the answer. The correct answer is D, inductance. Inductance is the ability to store energy in a magnetic field. Coils of wire called inductors are common inductive components. So I saw a bunch of people guessing B. That is a good guess, but capacitance is not a magnetic field. So that's the difference here. The winner is, yes, James, go ahead.
I have a cool tip for you guys to never forget inductance again as well. So
tell us.
If you, let's see, Andy, can I share my screen really quick, Andy?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll try to add, but I gotta somehow, there we go. So there's an experiment where if you take a coil, or if you take a wire and you wrap it around a nail, I wouldn't do it exactly like this. I would look it up and make sure that depending on the length of wire, you might actually want to make a resistor on here because you're kind of shorting the battery.
Yeah, you can do it just like this. It'll just get really hot.
It'll get really hot. Exactly. So do with caution. But when you wrap a coil of wire around a nail like this, it'll turn the nail into an electromagnet. Because a coil of wire with a current passing through it is essentially an inductor. And when you go to the schematic diagram for an inductor, it looks like this, which is, it's essentially a coil of wire, right? It's the inductor is just representing a coil of wire. So when you think of an inductor, think of that coil of wire and think about that experiment.
Zach says, how I remember that inductive stovetop ranges use magnetic fields to heat pans, which that's really cool. That's super cool. Well. The winner is Maurice Austin 3442. Congratulations, Maurice Austin 3442. If you have an amateur radio call sign, please put it in the chat so that I can reach out to you. As I'm assuming that I can find your address using your call sign. Go ahead and put that in the chat so I can send you some stickers in the mail. And we will get you taken care of. Thank you so much for playing in that. There we go. Boy. There we go. Okay. NN7NHS or N7NHS? I think it's N7NHS. Congratulations. Very much appreciate you all playing. We're going to go to break very quickly. James, I'm assuming you are, of course, sticking through this break. Thank you. Not going to give you any time to say no. And we will be right back after this break, y'all. We have tons more to talk about. Do not go anywhere. We've got a lot of stuff to cover today. And we appreciate each and every one of you. We will be right back with the World Radio League Show. I'm Andy. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, Field Day is just around the corner, happening Saturday and Sunday, June 27th and 28th. And there is no better time to get your club set up with World Radio League than right now. We have some awesome club features for Field Day this year, including our brand new desktop app that allows each station to have local CAC control while still syncing all contacts and dupe checks online in real time. We also have live scoring and leaderboards so you can see how you match up with the rest of the World Radio League competitors. We have detailed scoring breakdowns so that you know exactly how your team performed, along with a breakdown by operator so you can see how each individual operator performed during the event. Now, of course, all the features I just described to you are totally free. So go sign your club up for a free World Radio League account. Go to the contest page, go to upcoming contests, and find Field Day. Click join for free. That will get your club set up and ready to go. After you get everybody signed in, you are ready to roll. We've linked a detailed guide in the description down below including a pre-field day checklist so you can make sure you're ready to go when the big day arrives. Have fun out there, make tons of contacts, and I hope to see you on the leaderboard. 73, I'm Andy N0APX. Stop. We are back, y'all. I am Andy N0APX, your extra operator host here on the World Radio League show. Very glad to see each and every one of you peoples here in the chat, watching all across the interwebs. We're having a great show today, guys. We're having a lot of fun. More fun than human beings should be allowed to have. We have James. Let me pull you in here, James. Could you throw that link to that guide that I mentioned in the ad in the comments section? This is going to be a promotional video that we're going to post out everywhere. So we're going to link that guide below that video for sure, but we didn't get it linked below this live stream. So James, if you wouldn't mind, there you go. If you could
drop it.
Awesome.
And I'm going to say again,
yeah.
Go check this guide out and check out the documentation on World Radio League. Andy has done an incredible job on this.
Thank you.
It just shows you everything you need to how to use World Radio League for field day as a club or as an individual.
Yeah, we got two separate guides there. Go check them both out.
Exactly. And if you've got anybody that's thinking about using World Radio League for field day but is a little bit skeptical, this guide could really help so they feel comfortable and understand all the different features that it has, because it can be a lot when you're learning a new tool, especially if you're used to using things one way. A guide really just helps make that smoother.
Absolutely. We have, once again, we are celebrating 1 year of the World Radio League show, and I had old swapper, Mr. Bruce himself, reach out to me and send me a couple of beautiful celebratory images here. Thank you so much, Bruce. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, absolutely. Some great stuff there. Fastest 2 hours in ham radio happening right now, and you get to be a part of it. Very much appreciate it.
Is that like how I've made the longest, 100-mile contact?
Did you make a long wait, you did what now?
The longest, if this is the fastest 2 hours, then that means that my 200-mile contact I made on ham radio is the longest 200-mile contact.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, very nice.
You're like, what is this guy talking about?
I'm not getting the joke here quite, but no, that's
it's because 2 hours is 2 hours. You can't be faster, right? Like,
oh, on contraire, once these 2 hours are over, you're like, what on earth? How did the show go by so fast? So that's why this is the fastest 2 hours in ham radio. Yeah. Definitely see where you're going. Yeah, Zach's exactly right. We're taking short path on these 2 hours. So absolutely. James, you cued me into something really cool going on. So I am not a football guy, and I'm even less of a soccer guy. So and whenever we get a bunch of folks pouring in calling soccer football, that turns me off even more. So I'm not following the World Cup very closely at all, but we have some members of the team who are really enthused in the World Cup, which that's awesome for them. So but James cued me into this really cool special event going on. So what better way to redeem all the time people are wasting watching the World Cup? No, I'm kidding. What better way to celebrate than to do a special event? James, why don't you tell us about this really cool special event?
Yeah, well, the way I found it is kind of funny. Actually, I just got on 20 meters and just dialing around, and then I hear a Kilo 4 Charlie station. It's like really nice signal. And they're like special event World Cup Miami. I was like, oh, that was cool. So anyway, I made a contact and I was like, oh man, this was awesome. Just got a World Cup special event station. Looked into it a little bit more, actually posted it on, I posted in the World Radio League users group, and then some other people were like, hey, you need to check that out. And then Brad, on our team K4AZ, is like, James, are you not checking the WRL contest page? The contest is literally in WRL. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, you can go into WRL and you can go into the contest page. There's actually 2 contests that are happening right now. There's the
very nice
Lewis and Clark trail.
Can you pull those up?
Let me pull that up really quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got so there's 114 people contesting right now. That's pretty awesome. Really cool. Very nice. So the World Cup soccer tournament special event. By the way, I've seen a lot of Daisy. Nice.
Hey Daisy, I don't know if you're watching the show, but hi.
Hello, Daisy, a great YL operator. Look, we got 2 YLs in the. This is awesome. Love
2
to see.
YLs, and is that a club or is that an individual? There?
Alfredo. I wonder where he's from.
I don't know. See. Pull him up.
Well, yeah, he's got a lot.
Argentina.
Let's check his profile. Oh, well, I'm at a TG9
NZR.
NZR.
That doesn't sound Argentina. It's probably South America, though.
Guatemala.
Very nice.
I don't know why his call sign isn't coming up correctly, but
okay.
Okay, let's get back to our contest here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we got the World Cup tournament. Now, if you click on the rules, we should link this to this page, which is the official page. Really cool stuff. I think somebody out of San Francisco set this up, but you can see all the stations. We've got Atlanta, you've got Boston, Dallas, Houston, Kansas City, Los Angeles, Miami. I think these are the cities where they actually have games. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
They're all the cities where they have games, and you can click into the stations and see. And apparently you can even go operate these stations. Jim N0APX. Look at this. John N3ACK, who's in the chat with us.
Oh,
he's the coordinator for Atlanta. So, hey, John.
Cool. Awesome.
That's pretty cool. So maybe I can figure. Yeah, it looks like I guess they're literally operating it out of. I wonder where the station actually is.
Paul says he got approval and completely forgot to sign up for a time slot. Paul, come on.
Really cool, though. Really cool. Yeah. Look, they're doing different bands. They've got CW Digital and SSB going.
Paul, you need to do the CW time slots. That's what you need to do, man.
But yeah, I love this. And it looks like we've got we've also got the Lewis and Clark on the air special event going right now too. Cool so don't be afraid to hop in, and it's cool. You can check out the participant maps.
Absolutely.
And then, how could you miss this?
Why don't you? Yeah, I was getting ready to say, why don't you pull up that field day? I'm going to walk us through some of the things going on. If you want to pull it up on screen while we walk through this, this is our field day 2026 system, and it is absolutely amazing. The dev team's done an awesome job on it. Click over there to that map page first off, James. Just look at this. Look at all the operators that are signed up to participate all over the world, not just in the US, but I mean everywhere. It is so cool to see all the operators. I'm going to be down the southwest corner, James, if you're looking for me.
Let's see if we can find Andy.
Quite that far. Right there.
There we go. But look, you've got a lot of operators not far from you.
Very close to me. Yeah, absolutely. But zoom out on that map again so we can kind of see the world as a whole there.
Wow.
Yeah, zoom on out. Show us the whole world. Look at this. Look at all these operators. This is so cool to see. And we usually have a huge influx right at the last 4 or 5 days. So this is going to get really, really awesome. We've already got go to the leaderboard page. Show us how many people we've got signed up already for this.
Yeah. And this map is actually right now, since the contest hasn't started, we are showing everybody who has signed up for the contest. So we actually just need to update this and say, participants of the contest. But
I can't remember which page is it on that page? If you scroll down a little bit, can you see how many people have enrolled so far? Or is it maybe?
Oh yeah, let's go check. So we can see
page. There we go. Look at that.
682
682 already, and we usually have a huge influx at the end. So we're trying to beat what was our I can't remember what our number was last year. It would be awesome to have 1,000 people on that leaderboard at once. So that's kind of what we're pushing for. But I think we're gonna crush that as far as enrollees go. Go on over to the logbook tab.
If you have not enrolled,
yeah.
Oh, look. Okay, here, quick update from John. World Cup invites stations within the geographic area to operate from home. That's cool. So you can sign up. You can operate the station from your station.
Very cool.
And that is really really cool. Thank you, John.
Awesome.
And thanks, John, for all your help with the World Cup special event. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop the link in the chat. If you haven't enrolled, we are trying to get over 1,000. We might even get to 1,500 people participating, which would be an absolutely awesome. And just as a note here, the instructions are linked on here as well. You can also go to worldradiologue.com and click documentation and go to the contesting events. And there's a separate guide for how to use WRL as an individual operator and how to use it as a club. So if you got a club and they are a little bit hesitant on using World Radio League, or you think, hey, maybe they would try this out, this walks you through how to set up a club account, how to enroll in the contest, how to set up your logbook, because in your logbook here,
for sure,
if you're swapping out operators and you're operating as a club, you just want to make sure you change your operator call sign so you can do multi-operator.
Yeah, absolutely. Pop on over there. Yeah, you're in the logbook page now. So pop over there to the bonuses tab. So this is where you can add your bonuses. We've got, of course, we're going to update the go-to contacts so that you can input a number instead of just toggling up, because you can have unlimited go-to contacts, which is really cool. That gets you all kinds of bonuses. We'll have full scoring breakdowns. And one I think underused feature is the fact that James, if you want to scroll up to the top of the page there, we have templates. We have logging templates, customizable logging templates. So pull up, click the drop down there, James, and go to the scroll down a little bit. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Sport Logger. Click on Sport Logger. This is as clean as it gets. Call sign, exchange, band mode. This is all you need, really, to log field day, and it's going to be pulling band and mode from your cat control if you've got it connected. And this template works on your desktop app as well. So, yeah, absolutely. We've got all kinds of templates you customize however you want your template laid out. You can do whatever you want to with it. So make sure you go enroll in ARRL Field Day. The best part this year is that you can create one club account, have everybody set up desktop app signed into that club account. Everybody connect their desktop app to their local radio. They've got cat control locally on their radio, all the contacts, all the dupe checks, all the confirmations sync through the cloud. It's beautiful. It is awesome. It's incredible. And we are so thrilled and excited. And like I said, we did a group testing session this week, and it was brilliant. So smooth, so slick. Everybody can see the live score. Everybody can log into the web app and check the spot on the leaderboard. It's beautiful and incredible. So exciting.
I will say the desktop app, the cat control experience on the desktop app is supreme.
Yeah, guys, this is industry changing, y'all. This is huge. This is massive. Since when have you been able to get your whole club all signed into one account, as simple as signing in with an email and a password into one account, and all logging that easy for field day? Since when? Since 4 weeks ago when we launched cat control in the desktop app. This is huge. This is like mind blowing. So guys, go get your club set up for field day. This is so exciting. This is
this means too, you can have, I mean, I think most people get it, but just to put a nice point on this, you could have people logging on a tablet, on a desktop, on the website itself, and all of those devices are going to sync. So I could literally be in a club and I could log a contact on my phone, and Andy could be logging on his desktop app, and my contact will show up. As long as you just make sure you set your operator, and you'll have your operator call sign and your station call sign.
Pull that up one more time just so people understand what that means. And while you're pulling that up, we're the only platform on the ARRL's suggested logger list that has it's listed as Android, iOS, Mac OS, Windows, Linux, and web-based devices. We cover all the bases.
All the bases. And hey, and look, we've got there's a lot of Linux folks out there. So
oh yeah, absolutely. Pull that up real quick. Okay, so just to put a point on this, station call sign, that's your club call sign. That's what everybody's using on the air. Leave it. Do not touch it for the entirety of the event. My call sign, that's who's operating at that device at that time. So say me and James are in club AA1RC along with a bunch of other folks. Well, on one device, me and James are going to be both doing 20 meters single sideband. So I'm going to sit down for a couple hours. I'm going to put an N0APX in the operator call sign, and then I'm going to start logging contacts. As soon as I'm done, I get out of the way. James jumps in. He changes the operator call sign to N0WRL and leaves that station call sign as AA1RC. Never touch that. And he starts logging as N0WRL. What that does is it gives gives you metrics for your club in the back end, and we will show those to you at the end of the event or during the event or whenever. You can check and see which operator's making how many contacts, see who's performing well and what have you. So it's really cool to have those metrics, on the back end to be able to see that across your club and have almost a mini contest within the event between club members in a way, if you're into that. And if you're not into that, it's still cool to keep track of those, and you can export those by operator later if one of the operators wants to put those contacts in his personal logbook or whatever with the station call sign marked as whatever the station call sign was and his personal call sign marked as the operator call sign. You can do that. So really cool stuff.
Yeah, and we'll have the stats here too, right by operator as well. So you'll get to break out how many operators did how many QSO rates by operator, longest distance by operator, multipliers, all and all those types of things. So it's gonna be fun.
You said N0APX is John, right?
Yeah, that's John.
You had better believe I'm excited. I'm extra excited. I am so excited. This is absolutely incredible. Field Day is going to be such an insane event this year. I don't know if I'm going to get the chance to live stream. I'm hoping I get the chance to go and hang out with Dave Hillbilly Ham at his club here in Missouri. I'm hoping I get the chance to do that Saturday afternoon. I'm tied up Saturday morning, but Saturday afternoon I'm hoping for the chance to do that. I am so excited. This is going to be huge, guys. This is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. This is, like I said, I don't think people are just starting to catch on. This is industry changing. This changes and maybe industry is the wrong word. This changes the hobby. It changes the way people log. It brings it to the 21st century and gives you a much easier way to do this for clubs. KA2AUB's World says export by Cabrillo format. Yes, absolutely. Cabrillo export, definitely. Prep Hand Paul, yes. Amateur extra excited. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to be operating with a group called North Fulton here. I don't know, John, if you're going to stop by there or not. I know you do Atlanta Radio Club as well, so they've probably got a bunch of stuff going on, but it's pretty cool. They're going to have a CW station, SSB station, a GOTA station. They're going to do a 6-meter station, which is going to be pretty cool. I don't think I've ever really done any 6 meters, so I'll check that out and see what I can do. They'll have a satellite station, so KH2 DXX in the chat. That would be your specialty there, but yeah, I mean, it should be a good time. I'm excited for it. Man, we're only like
Cool.
less than 2 weeks away now.
Yeah, we're getting close now. Gotta share this picture right quick. Gotta share this picture quick. Terry hanging out with the bottle there, sitting there watching the stream out. What is that? Maybe your back porch or something? That looks so much fun. That looks really fun, Terry. Very cool. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, your wife did the vinyl work on that bottle. It looks incredible. It looks really, really nice. That's really cool. And of course, orange. This is Terry's color. He can tell you why orange is his color in the chat. It's Terry's color. Absolutely. Yes. Clubs can watch. You can watch the clubs on the leaderboard. You can see the clubs, on the leaderboard. Absolutely. I don't know exactly what specifics you're asking about, but you can definitely see the clubs on the leaderboard. Welcome, Pepe. Glad to see you in the chat today. Fantastic. Only an hour late.
Good to see you, Pepe.
Yeah. James, are you sticking around for the second hour?
I'm sticking around for a while longer. I don't know if I don't have that type of stamina, Andy. Man.
Yeah.
You've got it, but I'll be around for a while longer.
Yeah. I've got four drinks laid out here on the table in front of me, 3 of which contain copious amounts of caffeine and 1 of which is water. So yes, I'm pushing myself, I suppose. But anyway, maybe too much caffeine will actually have a negative effect. But at this point, we're doing great. We're doing great, guys. Yeah. So be sure and get your club. It looked like we already have KA2AUB convinced. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Very fantastic. Terry says the other side of the water bottle has Terry with a tango on it. That's really cool, Terry. That's a really cool water bottle. Paul, the YL actually started studying without me knowing a couple weeks ago. Cool. That's awesome.
Very nice.
So yes, absolutely, Paul. Shoot James a DM about recording that progress and sharing, at least some of the progress and stuff online with maybe some of the quizzes and stuff. James, I don't know what exactly Paul's wanting to share, but I think I think some of that would be really cool depending on how much. Of course we can't just publish the lessons, but publishing some of the quizzes and stuff, I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Really awesome. Yeah, I need your wife to talk to my wife and get her interested in getting her license. I've been trying for some time now.
We need a wife's club, and they can compete against each other for their study progress.
Well, there you go. There you go. Absolutely. I don't think my wife is that competitive.
Yeah, mine either.
Yeah, absolutly.
It would mostly just be for the husband's enjoyment.
Yeah, to be honest. He's gonna sit here and watch.
Come on, Valentina.
Yeah. No, I will say my little girl loves to come, and she's 2 years old. She loves to come and collect the Morse code paddles all the time, and the new Morse code bug. So I don't know. She might be more interested. She might be more interested when she gets old enough. So we
gotta get Catalina on her first contact. Maybe over the next week we can get her on Echolink.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Been trying to do that for a while. So we'll see if maybe when she gets back we can set up a call, James, and get her. Maybe we should do a live stream setting her up on Echolink.
Did you see the YLs on the leaderboards? I mean, we've got the ladies are running the leaderboards.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. We need to do a live stream and get Catalina set up on Echolink and make her first contact live. She can contact all the great people that hang out in the chat. So absolutely, that'd be really cool. So guys, we are against a break. We're gonna hit the track quick and go to break, but we will be back right after this. Right after this quick break. Do not go anywhere. We have plenty more to talk about, and a couple more of the Are You Smarter Than Ham Radio Prep graduate games coming up. So we will be right back. Stick in your seat. Don't touch the dial. Don't press the X in the top corner of your screen because we've got more to discuss. Be right back. See you on the other side. Welcome back, each and every one of you, here to the World Radio League Show, episode 53, on the cutting edge of technological evolution. We are having a great time here today, myself and James N0APX. We are, we've got all kinds of cool stuff going on, of course, in the world of Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League. Yes, James, I know we're really deep into WRTC right now and Field Day, of course. But why don't we spend just a little bit of time here talking about what's next? What's on the horizon for Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League? I've got a cool project that James has got me working on in my spare time that I'm going to share a little bit about. We've talked a little bit about it before on here. I'm going to share it a little bit, do maybe some screen sharing here in a few minutes. Some stuff James hasn't even seen yet. But James, what's going to happen next in the World Radio League and Ham Radio Prep spaces? What's coming? We just launched the tech course. It's going to be like another year before we need to do the general course. What's happening?
Well, that's an excellent question. I love this topic of conversation. And since you mentioned it, you just want to call out while we're here, the technician license course question pools go into effect on July 1st. So that's just in 15 days, guys. So if anyone you know is studying for their first ham radio license, make sure to sign up for Ham Radio Prep. And if they've previously signed up for Ham Radio Prep, they get access to the new questions and the old questions, and they don't have to pay extra for the new course or anything like that. So Ham Radio Prep already has all of the new questions updated inside our dashboard and our mobile app. You're just going to see 2 courses. So if you're taking after July 1st, you study with this one and a beautiful, amazing video lessons for everything. I mean, it's been totally revamped from the ground up.
Starting with technician, the exam.
Just beautiful animations and explainers for every single topic. We went deeper on this one than we ever have. I can truly say this is not even just for ham radio, but for any educational course out there. This is really best in class.
It's top notch, guys. It is beautiful. The editors did a beautiful job on all the animations and everything. James did an awesome job instructing this one. It's really great. While we're talking about what's next, feel free to throw your questions in the chat. We love covering questions about current things, future things, anything you want to talk about. Please throw your questions in the chat while we're talking about this. But we're going to spend a few minutes just talking about what's coming next in the world of World Radio League and Ham Radio Prep.
So I think I'll try not to be too. I'm trying not to give like a giant speech here because I want to hear from you too, Andy, and hear from folks in the chat. So let us know in the chat. But I think I could break it up into kind of two themes. I would say the one, and we talk about this is what we call it internally as well. We talk about major features and we talk about mini features. I would say on the mini feature side, there's so many just little tiny things I want to clean up, like especially around spotting. Like I want a band map inside of spotting. I want to be able to auto cycle through spots. I want rotor control added onto that. I want if I am clicking a spot or if the different types of spots, new DX entities all have different color codes. So there's lots of like little cleanup things, I would say. But on sort of the big overall thing, well, I mean, I can actually just give you a quick demo of something that's probably going to be going live very shortly. This is going to be really nice. Is a totally revamped DX entity and DX dashboard where we really have a full reference. This is going to be going live this week, guys. So get excited with a reference for every single DX entity, and every single DX entity is going to have their own landing page and dashboard, and you can see who's active in that entity, learn about it. So it's going to really improve your DX tracking across the board for all DX entities.
Beautiful.
That's not even, dreaming. That's coming this week. But I would say I really want to have a QSL card generator right inside there that we can send physical QSL cards with a QR code where you can scan it and jump straight into the contact. That's going to be epic. More awards, better club support, like having a full club directory and club accounts and club membership. And then I'll just say, I think really getting into some next generation type ham radio contests and games and activities, whether it's challenging you to do something new with your operating skills, like, hey, let's see if you can make a targeted contact with this area, or a sprint contest, or even the local parks. I mean,
I'm going to go in the weeds here and just hit that one really quick, because dude, I really would love feedback on this, and I think it's got so much potential, and this is something that we can implement, I think, so easily. And that is I don't know exactly what we're going to call it yet, but some sort of a local parks and public areas, public land type of thing. I was talking to somebody about this idea, and I've never played Pokemon Go, but I've heard things about it, and they said it was almost like to them, as I suggested, they said it was something like kind of like a Pokemon Go style game. And it's basically a crowdsourced program where you go out, activate a piece of public land, whether it's state owned, nationally owned, city owned, county owned, just a local whatever. You go and you activate it for points, and then it stays active for a week. And as long as somebody else comes and activates it within that week, they just keep it active. If it goes beyond a week without getting reactivated, it deactivates, and somebody else can come along and get that reactivated again. But yeah, it's just coming up with ways to make it even more fun and exciting. There's so many great programs for getting out and on the air, and just the more that we can get operators excited and outdoor, the better. And I think this type of approach, it doesn't matter what public land you're on, I think that type of approach can even bring folks like people in big cities and whatever to get out and just, their local city park and take a KH1 with them and go get on the air. You know what I mean? So I think this has so much potential, and we're going to be looking deeply into this and getting really, really, I'm getting really excited about this. I think it's got so much potential. And yeah, what do you think, James?
I mean, well said. I think we're going to be busy for a long time. Let's just say that. I think we've got plenty of new things.
Way out, long-term crazy goal. What's a few things that's not like next on the leaderboard, but you're definitely planning on doing?
Okay. I don't even know how much I want to say, but okay, I'll say this. Like, so you've got the stuff that's like kind of like obvious, like we have to do it, like adding in the band map and improvements to our spotting, and Zach had a really good example, like, hey, let's auto populate the satellite frequencies based on the satellite data. And thank you for those feature requests, guys, because we work off that list. I mean, that helps us so much. Then there's kind of like the medium dream, I guess, which is like, hey, let's build some new types of special events and contests and things like that. I think that'll be super fun. That's stuff I would personally use a lot. I'm really into the idea of sprint contests, because I think there's a lot of people like me that just don't have the stamina for 3-day contests, but like otherwise be super
sprint, like holler at your friends for, say, let's get on the air for 4 hours and see who can make the most content.
Yeah, exactly. Like let's have a little like almost like you would any video game, right? Where it's like you get into the lobby, and then you can say, okay, here's other people that want to participate. You can invite your friends, or you can just play with randoms. Yeah. And it could be something that challenges your operating skill, but also puts you in groups with people that have similar equipment, so that it's not like, I'm not up against I don't know if Pete, if you actually have a 1 kilowatt station or not, or you just want me to get one, but I don't want to go against like Pete, with this 1 kilowatt. And I'm like here with 100 watts and a wire. We want it to be like.
Well, you're fixing to be there with 100 watts and a hex beam, so yeah.
Yeah, 100 watts and a hex beam. Exactly. I'll be unstoppable. But you kind of get my drift. And then there's some really far future stuff too, where it's like now that you have the desktop app that's connected to your radio, and you're starting to get to where the app is now controlling your radio, that opens up some really cool possibilities. And that's all I'll say about that. If you're a member, we can talk more about that. But I think that's some of the cool direction that we're going.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Zach is trying to put doubt in my mind that he stole my KH1 at Hamvention. I can say without a doubt he did not. I've got it right here with the new remove before POTA tag on it on the BNC cap. So have you seen these BNC caps with the remove before POTA tag? Those are so cool.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah. Here's a random one. Have you guys seen the new Pebble HF from?
That's so cool. While you're pulling that up, we were talking about that local parks and public land program that we're trying to we're working in the very early stages of putting that together. And Zach threw a really, really cool comment out here, which was technicians can do that. Because if you're in the middle of a city and like a local city park, you can get on VHF. There's all kinds of people around you that'll talk to you. So that is such a cool point, Zach, and I love that. So yeah, I think this has huge potential. Yeah, show us the Pebble HF. This thing's cool.
This is the Pebble HF. I think this is from the Ham. Yeah, this is from the Ham Radio Duo, folks. I think this is the cool. Like, I just absolutely love the form factor on this. Yeah. I mean, look,
and the price is hard to beat.
It's cool. You've got your mic, your key, your audio. You've got a nice little LED display there, and let's see if it gives us any specs. It's 4.68 ounces. It's 5 watt on battery power, but can also do 1 watt powered on USB, and it's got CW, voice, and digital.
Yeah.
So pretty cool stuff from Ham Radio Duo. Mike and Becky are great folks too. We got Andy. I know you got to meet them at the
Ham Fest. Yeah. We got a picture with them. They're great. They're great folks. Sounds like Zach.
Check this out. Just the coolest thing. I know that POTA Power picked one up and they posted it on the World Radio League users group on Facebook. Again, nice plug for the Facebook group and the Discord group. If you haven't joined Facebook Dish group or even just the built-in community, check that out.
Looks like Zach's getting a Pebble, so that's cool. I would love to get my hands on one. Right now, are they still in early release with the higher price, or have they gone full release with the lower price on that one now?
Let's see. Look, they have some cool stuff on here.
They do have cool stuff.
But let's see. How do we get it? I don't know. Maybe it says it was on shop.
Yeah, I don't think they've released it publicly yet. I think it's still an early.
Okay, release. Yeah, you gotta fill this out.
Yeah.
So fill out the form. Fill out the form, guys. Yeah, very cool. Absolutely. And look at this. They also did the open source firmware and open source hardware. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's such a cool platform. And I mean, you know how expensive HF radios are. They're going to try to sell this thing for $50. I mean, you can't beat that. They're pitching it as not the perfect radio, which it isn't. But it is such a cool buy because it's so cheap, and such a cool kit. Yeah, a kit that you can put together yourself and learn, all about the components. So that's such a cool program. I'm really excited. Terry got one, Paul got one, Pepe got one. Looks like Zach says he'll trade me for the KH1. Nice try, Zach. I think I'm hanging on to my KH1.
I have one of their straight keys. It's a cool little straight key. I'm not gonna lie, as you know, I'm slacking on my Morse code. Andy, maybe you're gonna tell me a little bit more about how I can learn on my Morse code.
I want one of their paddles. Their straight key looks cool. I want one of their paddles though. Their paddles are really cool.
Yeah, they've got these little duo paddles. They're pretty cool. They're very similar to the Zippy paddle that we've got.
Yeah. They almost strike that balance between like the Zippy and which is this one right here, and the KM4 CFT paddles. So cool. KM4 CFT paddles a little bit closer to that. I don't know if I've got one handy that I could show you, but it's a cool paddle too. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Zach loves his zippy paddle. I love my zippy paddle. The whole team, the entire team, once again, a shout out to Zeus. The whole team got zippy paddles. We had, as you know, some of our team is international, and there was one group of them in particular in one country that had very much difficulty getting it through.
Yeah, apparently people think that a Morse code is some sort of a spy device or something. Like, I'm like, how do you explain to people shipping what a Morse code device is that don't know like ham radio? It's like,
but they finally got it. They finally got it. So
yeah.
Now the whole team, is able to get their hands on these keys, and we're super excited. That's what we're going to talk about here in just a moment. What we're going to do with that. But James, please proceed. Is there anything else? We talked a lot about the World Radio League side of things. What about Ham Radio Prep? What's coming up next for Ham Radio Prep? Any long-term goals that you want to share? And maybe some hints of some things that maybe you're not going to share yet. What's kind of your thought there?
Well, I'll also say I want to say all the ideas don't have to come from me or even come from you. I mean, I think, like that's why one of the great things about doing the live stream weekly is I feel like we kind of all build this thing together, and we kind of learn what people love and and if there's something that we're all really enjoying, we can build more of it, or something that, isn't, then we try to build this in public as much as possible. But I would say, what is when I think about our North Star of like, how do we know if we're on the right track? The North Star is, are we getting more people active on the air? Like, we ran the data last week, and over 2,000 people just in the week used World Radio League to log at least one contact or do some type of on-air activity. And so if we're getting a couple thousand people per week active on ham radio, that's a huge win. So whatever gets people active and whatever keeps people engaged, like whether it's going out and activating outdoors, or just having fun from your home shack, or trying to use a new antenna to achieve something new. But I already gave away too much today, Andy. Come on.
You gave away too much.
You're trying to squeeze. You're trying to squeeze it all out of it.
Just a couple more things. What else we got? Well, I know you shared something a couple weeks ago on the stream about schools. What's going on with that? Maybe give us an update there.
Oh yeah. So I mean, the new technician goes live in July. It's summer for teachers. But we're going to try to put ham radio prep in as many schools. I'll just say it this way. We're going to try to put ham radio prep in every school in America for free.
Yeah.
Free.
Wow.
We are going to start running that program this summer, and we're going to try to just convince as many teachers as possible to sign up. And if it's a success, maybe we get a couple new thousand, maybe even more than a couple thousand of new young amateur radio operators.
And if you know somebody at your local school that would like to start a ham radio class, or they already have a ham radio class at the school, tell them about ham radio prep, tell them what we're going to do, and get them interested, and have them reach out to partnerships at hamradioprep.com so that we can get started. Yeah.
And we do stuff like this all the time. I mean, if you've seen us at the Ham Fest, we give away free books. Just this week, we got a really cool letter from a group of at the American Legion, and they were helping. They were helping a group of scouts, and for groups of students like this, having a structured program with ham radio prep that has lessons that teach the material with quizzes that back it up. And we got this, and we said, hey, no problem. We got free classes for all of those students. And so, ham radio prep provides a lot of really good free stuff. We got our free mobile app. We got free practice tests. Our courses are super affordable. And when people go out and buy those courses, that's what enables us to keep running the organization, to keep doing really cool things like giving away free books to students, to doing this free schools program that we're going to do. So, shout out to the WRL members and the ham radio prep people that, spend $35, $50 or $79 for the course. That it feeds back. We want to keep this thing rolling, and we want to get more people licensed and on the air.
Pepe said many people commute to work every day and have time to listen. So here's my idea: adapt HRP into a type of audiobook. James, tell us about the HRP audiobooks.
Pepe, your wish is my command. So we have the new audiobook coming out this week. But if you go on the what's it called? Audible, which is now owned by Amazon, so you can get it through Amazon, I think, too. Technician, General, and Amateur Extra are all available in audiobook.
Tell me something that isn't owned by Amazon. No, I'm kidding.
I know
they're even starting their own shipping service, from what I hear. But yes,
I know we've got the Amazon, the crazy looking Amazon trucks. Do you have those? The ones they're like kind of bubbly around you. Andy, like
I'm not sure. We got the vans. I don't think we've got.
Yeah, they're vans. They're vans.
Yeah.
But they're kind of like curved edges with the big lights. They're funny looking.
Maybe it might be a different. You don't have the do you have the Rivian ones? The Amazon Rivian vans?
I don't know. Let's see.
We got like the regular standard type vans, but
no, yeah. I have the Rivian. The ones around here around me are the Rivian ones.
Show me a picture. I've heard people talk about these, but I don't know what they look like. What do they look like?
They look really funky. They look like this.
That is the weirdest looking thing.
They look like the wheels are too small for the size of the. But they're cool.
That's hilarious.
I mean, they're kind of cool looking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Rivian is that fairly new electric car company. So yeah, that's crazy. That is absolutely nuts. I saw something else I wanted to cover here. Pepe says, "Oh, it's already available," and I thought this is a fancy new idea. Yeah, absolutely, Pepe. Great. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to give him a plug, though. That's great. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Amazon is they're doing all kinds of stuff, starting their own shipping company now, from what I've heard. I saw this just now pop up in the let me find this. I saw this just now pop up in the Discord. I gotta pull one image down out of my group here so I can share another one. Here it is. Look at this. Take a look at that. That is so cool. Let's hear who put this in there. KA2AUB putting us up on the big screen. 65-inch monitor there. Got us up on the screen. Very cool. Larger than life.
I would have put a nicer shirt on if I knew I was going to be on the big screen.
Yeah, today. Absolutely. Larger than life. The World Radio League show. Fastest 2 hours in ham radio. I like that. All right. James, like I said, we've got something very, very cool. Something else we're working on. And I want you to stick around after the break to see the updates. Are you going to be able to stick around?
I will stick. I'll be awesome. Around after.
We have some really, really cool stuff going on in the Morse code arena. And I know many of y'all have asked for this. And we have some really, really cool stuff going on. So I've talked about it a little bit before here on the show and in other places. I've gotten some people to, reach out to some people, see if they can give me some feedback. I've got a little bit of feedback, not a ton. But we do have some really cool stuff going on. You'll have to stick around after the break to figure out what that is, though. A quick question, and then we're going to do our general question for... boy, this show has flown by so fast. This is why it's the fastest 2 hours in ham radio. A quick question from Dave here, and then we're going to do the... Are You Smarter Than an HRP Grad General Edition. James, do the audiobooks come with the course, or are they separate?
They are separate, and that's kind of out of our control. It's just like a platform thing with Amazon and Audible.
Yep. That's the way it is.
But I mean, if you buy the
physical book, if you buy the physical book, does it come with the audiobook, or are they separate as well?
They're separate. The physical book, the audiobook, the course. I mean, if you've got the mobile app gives you once you bought the course, it's both for the mobile app and the course together. Yeah. It's just if you want to buy something on Amazon, that's its own thing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's do the second question. Are you smarter than a ham radio program? I'm only giving you 3 times through on this one. James, 3 times the track playthrough. James, give me a modifier key. What are we going to use this time?
We're going to use a period.
A period. Okay. So you're going to put a period and then the letter of the correct answer. Let me double check what the correct answer is and then stick it in the, okay, period and then the letter Q. No, I'm kidding. Period and then the correct answer. And let me get that set up in the giveaway tool. Oh, bah humbug. What am I doing? What am I doing? Here we go. Okay. I'm going to go there, a period, and the correct answer. Okay, this one's going to be a little more challenging. This is the general question. So the question is, Paul says he's answering whatever Hillbilly says because he knows Hillbilly will be right. The question is, what is the approximate forward threshold voltage of a germanium diode? Oh, wrong track. Let me grab the game checker. Here we go. All right. What is the approximate forward threshold voltage of a germanium diode? A, 0.1 volt, B, 0.3 volts, C, 0.7 volts, or D, 1.0 volts. Put a period and then the letter of the correct answer. Do you know this one off the top of your head, James?
I do know this one, but just because I worked on a technician course. But I'll give you a clue here.
Hey, no clues. No clues.
Well, okay, I'm just gonna. I won't give it a clue. I won't give you a clue exactly. I'll just say diodes are basically like a one-way valve for electricity, right? So I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna venture into answer territory.
Yeah.
But when a voltage is applied across them. When a voltage is applied across them in the correct area, or the correct direction rather, they are going to allow electricity to flow through them. So they're super useful in a lot of circuits. Of course, the most common diode, or the one that most people would know, is a light emitting diode.
Yeah.
Which is a diode that when current flies through it, a little light.
But on the alternative, this is actually a germanium diode. I remember
what makes this
a
little different.
I remember making, it was so cool. I had one of those old electronic playground circuits. Actually my brother's and I was using it. I made a shortwave receiver. An AM receiver, no batteries, germanium diode, no batteries. You could literally stick an antenna out the window and put the little earphone in your ear and listen to the radio, no power whatsoever. It was so cool. It was an awesome circuit. So
that's really cool.
Yeah. So what is the approximate forward threshold voltage of a germanium diode? A, 0.1 volt, B, 0.3 volts, C, 0.7 volts, or D, 1.0 volts. A period, and then the correct answer. Levi, no, they are not made in Germania. Okay, that was 3 times through. We are going to go ahead and pull the drawing now. Boom. And so many of you were right. The correct answer is B, 0.3 volts. Diodes composed of different materials have different threshold voltage values. Germanium diodes have a threshold of 0.3 volts. So there you go.
That is really cool. Now, interesting fact. I was just reading. I was using my AI assistant here.
Yeah.
The silicon diodes are usually have a slightly larger forward voltage drop of 0.7, but germanium is specifically useful in radio detector circuits because of that small threshold, voltage. So they can be used as small signal detectors to convert tiny AC radio frequency signals.
That's why you can get an AM signal with no batteries. It's so cool. It is so awesome.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. So the winner of that giveaway is Benjamin Anderson, 5962. Congratulations, Benjamin Anderson. Could you put your call sign in the chat, sir? And we will get you some stickers in the mail if we can pull your address up from that call sign, which we should be able to. So Benjamin Anderson, 5962. Congratulations on the win. There we go. KJ5IEL. Gotcha. All right, guys, we are going to break. We will be right back to talk about what cool project I'm working on in the Morse code space. This is so awesome, so exciting. And James hasn't even seen some of this stuff yet, so I'm really excited about this. So do not go anywhere. We've got the fourth half of the show coming up right after this. Stick around. Hey guys, Field Day 2026 is just around the corner, happening Saturday and Sunday, June 27th and 28th. There is no better time to make sure you're prepared for the big day than right now. So if you're a World Radio League user and you haven't enrolled already, make sure you go to the upcoming contest page and enroll in the Field Day event now so that you can get your logbook all set up, ready to go for the big day. Now, if you're not a World Radio League user, all the features you'll need for Field Day are completely free. So go sign up for a free account and go to our contest page, enroll in the Field Day event, and get your logbook all set up and ready to go for Field Day 2026. We've linked a detailed guide in the description down below. So if you have any questions, you can jump down there. We even have a pre-Field Day checklist to make sure you've covered all your bases and are ready to roll. Have fun out there, have a great Field Day, and I hope to see you on the leaderboard. 7-3.
Imagine setting up your ham radio in a state or national park like this one. Surrounded by nature.
And making contacts with people all over the world.
That's what Parks on the Air is all about. It's one of the most fun and rewarding ways to participate in ham radio.
POTA is for everyone.
Activators head out to parks to experience nature, while hunters try and contact them from home. With over 500,000 participants worldwide, there's an activation happening every day. And in fact, there's probably an activation going on in a park like this right now.
But if you're new, getting started can be overwhelming. From picking the right gear and antennas to setting up in the field, logging contacts, and following the rules.
That's why we created the Ham Radio Prep POTA course, your guide to getting started with Parks on the Air. We'll walk you through everything step by step, from choosing equipment to setting up, on-air operation, and logging.
This course will get you on the air fast and help you to avoid common beginner mistakes.
And even if you already have POTA experience, you'll find plenty of pro tips to optimize your station setup and operations.
We recommend having at least a general license for this course, but even if you're still a technician, this course will help you prepare for the next level and get ready to join in the fun.
POTA is an amazing way to build your skills, get in the outdoors, and connect with other hams around the world. So are you ready to start your next adventure?
Sign up for the POTA course today at hamradioprep.com. A huge shout out and congratulations to Tristan. 14-year-old got his tech last Friday. Congrats, Tristan. That is so awesome. When you're ready to upgrade to general, go to hamradioprep.com and use let's give me a second here. I'm gonna get you something here. Hold on. I've got use coupon code let me find it here. N0APX gets you 10% off. N0APX. Use that code and get 10% off your general and extra courses. Go to hamradioprep.com. Be sure and use the mobile app. It is the best way to study. Just huge congratulations, Tristan, on getting your tech. That's awesome. Can't wait to see you on the air and have fun. So absolutely, James, welcome back. Glad that you finally we have James in the last segment of the show. What is happening, folks? This is incredible.
I wanted to see what happens at this magic part of the show that I've only dreamed about.
All the fun happens in the last 30 minutes, and you're never there. So you're finally going to get to see some of it today. But yes, we have. It's kind of like James. It's kind of like the team meeting ritual at the beginning that me and you and Ryan and sometimes Thurafel do. So. Okay.
So what happens, guys? What happens now at the last? Is this where we're like, hey, listen, those ideas that James said in the first half of the show, scrap that. We're going in a different direction.
This is where I divulge all.
That would be hilarious.
This is where I divulge all.
And he's like,
now what? The real true roadmap here.
Yeah, Andy's like, now what features are we actually gonna build, guys? Because if you've made it this far, your feature request deserves a little extra prioritization.
Absolutely. Dave had a question here. So when are we gonna do a founding member VIP meeting, James? James, do you remember when we did this once? We did.
It's been a while. We definitely need to. I mean, I think especially. It would be nice to do. I
think that was Rodney and Jacob and Ernest, and I can't remember. That was cool. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, man, I haven't seen Ernest in a while. Yeah, Rodney.
Oh, he's been around. I haven't seen him in
the
chat.
But we really should do, and I mean, for two reasons. One, get a little like a two-way where we have other people on the call, but then also a smaller group with people who are like, somebody who is actually willing to buy in becoming a founding member is like, you're talking to the core group of people that they want to see this thing succeed. So that would be that'd be a great meeting to set up. Absolutely.
I'm cooking some ideas up. Maybe we'll make something happen here. This is James. Maybe I can talk to you later on because I've got some thoughts. We asked for some questions earlier. Zach says he's been working a lot of satellites. He'd love to have World Radio League auto-populate the uplink and downlink when he puts the satellite name in. We actually were working on this for a while. I don't think we've got this one quite ready, but we were working on it, if I'm not mistaken.
We also need the satellites on the mobile app. That's coming, like we say. We got it. We are. You guys want a quick WRTC update demo?
Yeah, go for it. And then I'm going to show you the more good stuff. Yeah.
WRTC. It's so crazy because we have so much stuff with. We've got so much stuff going on with Field Day that we have barely even been talking about this, but don't forget, and we're going to let everybody know, but as we get through Field Day, but July 11th is when it actually starts. But in our dev environment, now we've got a mock WRTC. So since it's team-based contest, the leaderboard is going to have 2 members per team. And these are actually, we've pre-populated a lot of the contestants from the WRTC website. You can see the leaderboard. It's going to have, I don't know if you guys can see this, the QSO rate, fastest and overall, QSO points, multipliers, spotting, and then, the beautiful position over time and the new dashboards that you can check and compare team scores over time. And we're going to bring this out after WRTC. We're going to bring a lot of this stuff into our normal contest as well. But I'm so excited for this.
It's going to be so cool. And I mean, I know it doesn't feel like it's going to affect individuals. It's going to be massive, guys. I mean, these guys are going to be running hard, making contacts all over the world. So they're going to be in the UK. It might be a little bit difficult to make a contact with them, especially if you're in the Midwest. But I'm excited to try.
Not if you have a hex beam.
Yeah, no. Oh man, yeah. I'm gonna have to.
It's gonna be funny once I get to my hex beam and then we build rotor control, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, we've been telling you we need rotor control the whole time," and then you get a hex beam and we do it in the next 3 days.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, it's classic. The system is rigged.
The system is rigged. No, we do our best. It's hard to prioritize across everything, but we look at all the features. We try to organize them, and we try to just create a reasonable work schedule and just get it out as fast as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick congrats to Rob on field day or the week of field day on 51 years licensed. That's awesome, Rob.
Wow, congrats, Rob.
Incredible. Congratulations. Zach says said this back when you were talking about your tower. He said he's going to have to go outside and look and see how the tower would look on his roof. And Charlie says 56 years for him. So that's awesome, Charlie. Phil's asking, can we have beginning and end dates and times for contests? We have the countdown timer, but I think we could add that like on the contest list. I think that on like on the list of upcoming contests.
I think
it says the only other way you can check is by going to the
rules. Oh, I see what he's saying. Yeah, I see what he's saying. So if you go to the contest page in World Radio League, it shows the start. It shows the start date and end date, but then you have to click into the contest to see the time.
Yeah.
So we got out of there. In fact, we are gonna just reorganize the contest page a little bit, where it's gonna show the featured contests, because there's so many contests. Like we want to like show, the featured ones like ARL. Yeah. We also need to add like for the upcoming contests, we need to add pagination.
Yeah.
So because there's so many.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
There's some really great contests coming up, by the way.
Although I kind of like being able to just scroll down through them. Pagination is a pain.
Yeah, but I mean, we could
type in the chat now. Pagination or no? Boo, pagination.
Well, we could add a lot. It can be a lot, but I mean, we could start, adding contests all the way through December, really.
Oh yeah, we
just absolutely add pages.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, June VHF, by the way, just happened.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Brant Kelsey, who was the top runner with a really cool palm tree. Dang, this guy is
Levi wants rotor control integrated with the Shack console. Definitely can see that. That would be really cool. Benjamin says on the contest, can we make sure the banner doesn't cover over the countdown time? I've seen this on some smaller screens. Sometimes the banner does that.
Sometimes if you zoom, it's like a responsiveness. Yeah, it's like a responsiveness thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody talking about 6 meters coming. Yeah, absolutely. Do a tab for contests and tab for special events. That's what we were talking about earlier. I think we were talking about this. Maybe we.
Yeah, exactly. Spot on, Dave. Well said.
Yeah, and Maurice says, have it when you hover over the contest, the bubble pops up. That we would call that a tooltip showing the time. Yeah, that would be definitely
really quick. I should note we changed the name of the WRL cat control app to WRL integrations. This might confuse people a little bit, but trust me, it does make more sense, because when it used to be called WRL cat control and then you had desktop app, new users would come in and they would download the desktop app, and then they would download the cat control app, and they would try to connect them.
Yeah.
But really, if you have the desktop app, the desktop app has cat control. This cat control or the WRL integrations, if you want to use web logging and use cat control, then you download that one. But I've been really using the desktop app more than anything lately. I don't know about you, Andy.
Oh, 1000%. Yes. It's just so much better experience. Yeah, it's incredible.
I remember there was like a couple of months ago where like, this is going to be a huge project. Do we really want to do the desktop app now?
Let me tell this part, because this is hilarious. James is like, oh man, I don't know if we really want to is it really going to be that big of a deal to have a desktop app? Because we really want to just people to use the web app, and not that many people are going to use the desktop app.
Okay. You're underselling me a little bit here. You're underselling me a little bit. I was just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah. now it's all he'll use is desktop app. So Surafel and Najim, if you're watching this, is a success. It was a success.
And Billy says only use the cell phone app. And Terry, with the font size, that is huge, Terry. I'm in total agreement. We need to make font sizes across the board. I think we're still trying to shoot for field day. Look, no promises, but we're at least going to try to increase the font size on the logger.
We'll see. We've got, of course, WRTC. We're hammering on that. We'll see if we can slide that in. And Dave says he's waiting for UDP connections in the desktop app. Of course, if your UDP packet looks like an N1MM, an N3FJP, or a WSJTX UDP packet, absolutely, you can still use You can still use it. You can use it through the integrations app. We will be adding those to the desktop app very soon. So yeah, absolutely. All right. We told everybody we'd talk about this, so I'm going to go ahead and start talking about it, or we're going to run out of time. James, do you want to see what we've got going on Morse Mastery?
I'm excited to see it. I have not seen any of your updates lately, so I know you've just been ripping through some updates. So
yeah, absolutely. Especially the past couple days, I got a little extra time. So MorseMastery.com, the master.
Oh, light mode, no.
Okay.
My eyes. Better.
All right. Module 1 is ready, completely ready to test. This is really, really fun to put this together. Module 1 is ready to test. It's got, you're learning your characters. You're going through each objective. Objective 1 teaches you characters. Oh, great. Now we got, and of course, when I try to show it live, it throws a bug. But anyway, you go through characters R, E, and A in module 1. You learn those over 8 steps. First, you hear the letters. Then you copy the letters. Then you send them. Then you have alternating copy and sending in increased time and decreased spacing, speeding that up. So that's objective 1 in module 1. Objective 2 is the letters T, I, and N. So what you do is you learn the letters in steps 1 and 2 just like you did. Steps 3 and 4, and then once you get up here towards 6, 7, and 8, then you integrate those first 3 letters in with the second 3 letters. Then on objective 2, same thing. You learn, or objective 3, you learn PS and G. Towards the end of that objective, you integrate TIN with PSG. Next one, towards the end, you integrate PSG with LCD. And so, you're retaining the last lesson, building on it, adding the new lesson in. And then at objective 6, you go back through from the beginning all the way to where you've gotten to. Then you start in objective 7. Anyway, this walks you all the way through, teaches you all the characters with review steps along the way to help you to keep from forgetting anything. And you go through all the way to the end of module 1, and you should be able to know every Morse code character. Now, objective 2 or module 2, this is the one that needs some more work. We're working on character groups, learning how to send and receive character groups. We're in the middle of that. This is still under development for sure. But I would love any feedback you've got. Just practices. You can just literally go in there and practice sending and receiving and that type of thing as you go. It's just practice, not part of the course, just practicing. We just added this live chat. So I haven't even had a chance to test this yet, but you should be able to see here. I've got V-band. I've got my pedal connected. Okay. So you should be able to, is somebody else available? We got somebody else who can hop on. Looks like there's somebody else online. Is anybody? James, can you pull this up?
Hey, that's me, I think. I'm in there. I don't know.
Okay. All right. You got your speakers on, I'm sure. So can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that. That's
awesome.
Cool.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Okay, so I've got my speed set way too high. So let me dial the speed back down to about 15. All right.
Yeah, I can hear this.
Okay. Yes. All right. So you can hear that. All right. That's the
cool. And then I don't know if anybody in the live stream can hear this. This is really cool.
I don't know. Yeah. So it's got you can also send with your keyboard. That's using the V-band adapter. It has just a couple of we got people hopping into the live chat here. Feel free to send a message if you want to. I'm going to go to the keyboard and just show you how that works. You can send with your keyboard the A and D keys. Okay, I accidentally went back to really high speed again. Let me turn that down. Okay.
Andy, remember that time somebody was really critiquing your Morse code that time?
We don't talk about that. Okay, so here we go.
As far as I'm concerned, Andy's a
so I sent that from my keyboard. So yeah, absolutely. So retry real time.
We'll just drop the chat. This is like just beta, guys. Just play around with it. I'll drop the this is just something Andy's been building, but it's called MorseMastery.com. and we're building more features on it. But you can sign up and play around with it. I think sign up is working.
And you can see here the way this works is it's like sending chat messages. So after you stop sending for a couple of seconds, it will drop the chat message. So for some reason I'm not hearing the audio out of it right now. I need to hop on with somebody and debug every part of it. But yeah, I see Paul showing up here. So it's working. It's just for some reason I'm not getting the audio back out of it again. So I just need to hop on with somebody and debug this. But this is so fun. It works with a V-band adapter. It's the V-band adapter's got the connection's got a couple bugs in it. I'm working on those. It will also work with the two Halakey adapters, and hopefully the CW Morse adapter as well. If you've got an extra Veil adapter sitting around and you want to send to me, I will absolutely add it to the system.
Yeah, it probably should work. I know it doesn't work with MIDI, right? Because I think they did one that was like a MIDI based.
Yeah, it will work with MIDI. It will. It doesn't
yet. It works with MIDI now?
It will. It does not yet, but it will.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it will. That way you can use it on an iPhone or whatever. But see, I turn on the touch key. Now, if you're on a mobile device, I'll show you. See here, we'll just shrink this down so you can see. If you're on a mobile device, now you can send this way. You can send with the touch paddles.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Andy, this second half of the show isn't so bad. I'll give you
fourth half of the show. We're in the fourth half of the show at this point.
Yeah, fourth half of the show isn't as bad as
now. This is something else. This is what we're going to be using probably for the team. CW Games, the Mastery Arena.
Ooh, this is what I want.
Yes.
I just want if you turn this into something where I can compete against other people, I'm in. Like that's all I need. Like it's like, okay, learning CW by myself, boring. Yeah. Learning CW and competing against other people who are also bad, yes.
So the featured challenge here is beat your best. That is, I'm trying to remember. There's so many of these that I was working on that I almost lost track. So let's see here. This one is, you have 3 rounds, and you try to run through. Yeah, you try to copy every letter without copy the whole prompt without messing up. So that
the dumb dude wants to know how do you connect your key to the
So I currently we've got the current way to do it is with the V-band adapter. We also have an audio decoder. If you've got like your radio audio run into your computer, you can use the audio decoder. But if you've got
we need to put that like on the homepage, like connect your key or something.
Well, see, yeah, it's if you go in here and you start into the first time you start sending any letters, then you'll have an input method here, and you can just pick that V-band adapter. We ought to add the configuration to the homepage probably, but you can configure that all in the settings page. You can go in here and go down to your to this section of the settings page, and you can configure all of that here. The V-band adapter, you've got the options here to configure all that. So, and test it. You can test it right here. So I can say V-band iambic paddle. You can pull the speed down. Oh, let's see here. I need to pull the speed down on that. But anyway, so I can right now it's got a whole bunch of like debugging information so that I can use it, but a lot of that will probably disappear. So now I can just go in here.
Zach says his Veil adapter is working. That's pretty cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah, there we go. So I can just click that start testing, and now I can. Yeah.
There's a EQ call there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, that's how you hook that up. So if you go down here to these games, we've got challenges, which is stuff that you can do, by yourself. You can run these challenges and land on leaderboards. We've also got play with friends. This is where you can do group sessions, everybody in the same room, doing a group session, and and have all kinds of fun here. So looks like we've got some of these up here, probably from when I was running some tests or something. But anyway, yeah, we've got all these. We've got quick matches or private rooms. Quick matches is like a bunch of people can just click it and jump in. Private rooms, you can create a private room with a key that you can share with your group, and your group can sit down and do something. We got group copy, a copy sprint, king of the key, copying duel, round robin exchange, all that stuff. Sudden death, pro signs. Yeah, we've got some really cool stuff here. So I would love to hear your feedback. So just let me know what you think as you play with this. So that's awesome to know that the Veil adapter works. He says it works in input lab, doesn't get recognized in the cat modal. Okay, Zach, Zach, we'll probably hop on a call at some point. And
he meant to say chat modal, by the way. It was
chat modal.
It's not the cat modal.
Yeah. Well, we can hop on a call at some point, Zach, and make it happen, because I want to make that that work. So this is really awesome. What do you think, James? What's your impressions?
I think it's really cool. I think it's really
definitely.
Cool.
I mean,
I've definitely got some like I want to be able to see on the front page somehow like my overall proficiency in my characters, not just which lessons I've completed. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
I want to like if I'm focused on learning the characters, I want to know 0 to 100. Like, do I know my characters or not?
Yeah. That's very good point. You do have these recommended actions, so no matter where you pop in, it will like look at where your progress is and take you to the step that you need to take next, no matter where you're at.
That's
nice. So yeah, and it will give you, I can't remember, I think it stores that information of your proficiency, but I don't think we've got a good way to display it yet, so that can absolutely get added. And I know there's some crazy UI stuff here and there, but like I said, some of that's for debugging purposes. That'll get stripped out whenever we release it. So yeah, absolutely. Give me some information. We've got a whole Morris Mastery channel in the Discord chat, so throw some stuff at me. Yeah.
And let Andy know your feedback, guys. He needs feedback. So
yeah, I want feedback. You
can just delete light mode. That's fine.
No, thank you.
Not necessary.
And this works so good in a mobile browser. It just fits really well. But we're going to turn it into a mobile app too. So.
Of the games and the I think it's called the Mastery Arena.
Yeah.
What's your favorite so far?
I haven't even had a chance to like dive in and try them all yet. I've been adding them like crazy, so I haven't had a chance to like walk through them all and try each one of them. So I'm not exactly sure. I think some of the group ones are going to be really fun, and I think some of the like daily challenges. So it's like we've got this like solo challenge, this daily challenge where everybody plays. It's kind of like it's like a challenge that everybody does every day, and you can like see who can score the best on it or whatever. And then we've got this beat your best, which is cool. I want to add one that's kind of like Morsel. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but that would be kind of a cool challenge to add as well.
Yeah. Well, I'll at least
Zach says doing the mastering course while listening to the live stream is so confusing. Hearing you talk on stream and call out letters. Oh yeah, because my voice is the one calling out the letters in some of those courses. So yeah, that's hilarious.
That's funny.
We are running over time here. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to play the amateur extra round of Are You Smarter Than Ham Radio Prep Grad, and then we're going to call it. So let's just jump right into it. James, give me a modifier symbol.
Let's use an equal sign.
An equal sign. Wow, out of left field. I like it. We're going to go with an equal sign. And let's see. Let me pick the right live stream. Go with an equal sign and the correct letter. There we go. Okay. And the question is, and we're going to only play the track through 3 times here, even though it's the extra question. What is a characteristic of a monostable multi-vibrator? How do you like that for a question?
Oh my gosh.
What is a characteristic of a monostable multi-vibrator? A, it switches temporarily to an alternate state for a set time. B, it produces a continuous square wave. C, it stores 1 bit of data. Or D, it maintains a constant output voltage regardless of variations in the input voltage. Put your guess in the chat, an equal sign, and then the letter of the correct answer. You only have not much time left. Be sure and put the equal sign at the beginning of your answer. No space, just equals and then letter.
Equals and then the letter, guys.
Yep.
Credits here.
What is a characteristic of a monostable multivibrator? A, it switches temporarily to an alternate state for a set time. B, it produces a continuous square wave. C, it stores 1 bit of data. Or D, it maintains a constant output voltage, regardless of variations in the input.
This is from the. Is this from the extra class?
This is from the extra class. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is definitely not a technician.
Yeah,
this is definitely not a technician class.
Yep, we do one from tech, one from general, and one from extra. So give everybody a chance.
Dun, 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 dun. I did not know this one.
Oh boy.
I had a hunch, but
yeah,
won't even say what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, the first time I tried this one, I was wrong. So. All right, guys, you got 20 seconds left. All right, and time. Let's go ahead and draw. All right, so the correct answer to said question is A, it switches temporarily to an alternate state for a set time. There you go. So we're going to go ahead and draw a winner. Zach, AI4ZD is our winner for that particular question today. Congratulations,
nice.
Zach.
Congrats, Zach.
I guess I get to send you a couple of packs of stickers now. Good job, Zach. That's awesome. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Be sure and send us your feedback on Morse Mastery. I am super duper excited about it, and I am just really anxious to get this thing launched. I mean, we're not going to be able to launch it like in the next week, but we're hoping to put some refining touches on it before long, and so we can get it out the door. So any feedback you can send me would be much appreciated. Thank you so much. Get on 222. Thank you for watching the show for the first time watching the stream. That's awesome. There's some of you that are first-time viewers, and we appreciate each and every one of you.
And we will see you guys in the community as well.
Yeah,
community.worldradio
on a live stream this week because everybody showed up today.
I know, we had a great turnout. We'll be in the community. Send us your feature requests in the community. We'll be in the Discord. We'll be in report a bug if you run into any bugs. Thank you to everyone who reports bugs. It doesn't bother us that you report a bug. We love it. If you find anything in World Radio League, let us know.
Yes. Thank you all for coming along for another fantastic World Radio League show, episode 5-3. We are now into our second year of the World Radio League show, and I am just super happy. Couldn't be happier for that. And I'm already looking forward to next week. Thank you everybody for coming along for the fastest 2 hours in ham radio. Thank you, James, for sticking with us all the way to the end today.
I made it. I did it.
You made it.
I found I found the secrets of the fourth half.
Yes, you did. Secrets of the fourth half. Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much. We will see you next week. 73.
73.
I was waiting for James. There you go. 73 from both of us here at the Ham Radio Show and the World Radio League Show. And I'm hoping we can get Catalina back. I'm sure she'll be back next week. 73 from each of us here at the World Radio League show, and can't wait to see y'all again next week and do it all over again. This has been the fastest 2 hours in ham radio. Guys, have fun on the bands, and be good. From November 0, Alpha Papa X-Ray, I'm Andy. Be good. I'm Claire. Did it?